Hey everyone, welcome in. It's day 101 days of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes day by day, where we continue to hold the line and move forward with our free-to-play journey. Thanks for so much for being here. Picking some Moff Gideon in, definitely Death Trooper. Just watched the video Zerth put out about the 10, well it was 5, and then he did 5 honorable mentions of tunes you consider working on, and Moff Gideon was in there. I was like, really? But he was like, yeah, Moff Gideon's really good too. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure, okay. I feel you, sure. Gotcha. We're about to hit level 82, so let's just pop into our farm. If you weren't here last night, I redid these a little bit so we can denote who we're farming. And we're just going to go through and click on said characters, and we're going to farm them. And so we hit 6 and 5. That's at least a little sketchy, I feel like. Then we're on Wicked, of course. So we're going to have to go to Wicked's node itself, which is fine. We'll just, as soon as it load in, we're probably going to hit 82 literally any time here. But we'll just take our 2 shards of Wicked, which is, we'll get there eventually. And then, so we're definitely doing our priorities farms. Our priorities farms are Wicked, and for dark side, and then light side, it is Django and the Houndstooth. 8 and 2 is about as solid as it comes. 8 and 2 is really super solid. And then we'll just go back and we'll look at who the other farm is, because the other farm is not Droidica and the thing, but we're trying to get, we're trying to build this Mando squad. So it's Quill, Grief, and Iden. And then if we have any left over, it becomes JKA for the Jedi squad. Not really doing a whole lot of good. I'm building up my reserve for the not really doing a really good job of building up the reserve for the gems, but I'm gonna try to fix that. And then there's the 82 pop, where we just popped 82. On day 101, we pop 82, which is good. So that means we got 3 more levels, which it was, what day was it that we hit? It was like 95, right? When we hit 81, so I think it was about six weeks, so if the 6 day pattern holds, then it'll be at least another week before we hit 83, probably. And then obviously, so probably at least another 2 weeks, which would put us, no, we need 3 more levels, so it's gonna be about day 120 before we hit, if not later, before we hit 85. So another 3 weeks at least, and we're at 101. So that's a lot of weeks before. It's a lot of weeks before we hit where we're gonna hit when we hit there. But the free energy is quite a boon, and we will definitely take it. So we farmed Quill. Now we're gonna farm Mando. And then we'll go get Aiden. And the good thing is I don't have to refresh, which is, pure, in terms of trying to save resources, it's like, yes, please tell me more. I definitely want to hear more about saving, about not spending energy, and that's what we're trying to do. So, Jack and Anakin is here, so we're gonna go light side. One thing that I was pleasantly, he had. If you watch the video, I encourage you to, because he was like, he starts out with somebody that's fairly obvious in Captain Rex, and of course, Captain Rex is not farmable yet, but he's like, it does this, it does all this, and this is why he's good. So you should go farm him. And it's like, well, okay, I can see that. And then the next person he falls into is Seer. Which is not, it's like, okay, talk to me, Seer, I gotcha. I'm tracking with you, again, Seer, yeah. Oh, 6 and 4, where does that put us? 71 and 13 more shards to 85. And the whole Seer thing was just a little, it's like Seer's in the game, but it's not like she's a single farm. But he wasn't even on his biggest account. He was like on his middle account, which is only 9 point whatever million, and it only has 3 Galactic Legends, but whatever. And I know what but you can still understand what he's saying. Hey, he's like, Rex, yeah, he's gonna be really good. He's gonna be really strong for you, and you can see it from what other people have said about Rex. And then you're like, and then he's sitting there and he's talking about what do we want to do? Let's try it with. Let's see if we can get through here with this. If we can, hopefully we should be able to. I think we'll be okay. And if not, we'll come back and make some adjustments. But we need to get through this because we have not made it through here yet. And then he's like, hey, after that, he talks about, he's like, surprise, hey, I'm talking about Marin. And you're like, well, I didn't mean to see Marin, but he mentioned Marin, and he's like, and it's like, well, Marin's not really a surprise. Who do you think is going to be surprised by Marin? Everybody knows that, Night Sisters, Marin makes Night Sisters better, and if you don't, well, they do. And so that wasn't really a surprise. One of the characters I did think was a surprise was another member of Phoenix Squad. And oddly enough, it's the one nobody uses when they talk about Phoenix. She's always an afterthought. And then, of course, it's Sabine. Now, Sabine is a Mandalorian, so she checks in that box on top of being a Phoenix. But I was like, Sabine. Because Squad, when you talk about Phoenix, it's always, and the reason I think it was Sabine that nobody was talking about was because Sabine was on this hideous dark side now, which everybody is offended by. Oh my gosh, she's on a, what do you mean she's on a hard node? A hard node? What do you mean? And, people want to talk about how the thing with Hereoes was a really bad nerf. But my argument was yes, I understand that she's on a hard node, but it's not like she's on an expensive hard node. Not like she's on 9D or whatever. She's on 1 or 2, E or whatever it was. And plus they put the Phoenix with her. And I was like, okay. But then Sabine was like the redheaded stepchild that nobody wanted because she was already on this early hard node. So she was on a hard node and everybody was like, yeah, you don't want to do that. But now the thing is they put the Phantom with her. And so I think, and it was, I won't say I knew this because evidently I've been playing this since February. This is the middle of February, so almost 6 months I've been playing this game. And we've been doing this account itself for almost 2 months left of that, We're approaching our 4 month mark. We're 19 days away from our 20 from being at 4 months. And so, by and large, we're learning together. We're doing this together, and I don't want to say, hey guys, I'm gonna jump in and do Phoenix, but it's like Phoenix for me. I don't hate what Phoenix represents. Like granted, when they put Captain Rex in, he's probably gonna, I'm hoping they put him on a Cantina node. But do I know that they will for sure? No. Do I think they would be smart if they did? Yeah. I think it would absolutely be smart if they put him on a Cantina node. Because I mean it's not bad, right? If we I know I have a lot of things to do, and I'm not saying I'm going to do it today, but it's going to come, and it might be, I definitely have teams that I want to get before then, but if they put Rex in, which this, I want to tell you, if you don't know, this is my first galactic legendary that I've gone through. Obviously, I don't know how long it was between how long it typically is, but it's like, didn't they come out with the first requirements for Leia like 6 weeks ago? It feels like it was forever ago. And it probably wasn't. It was probably only a month or 5 weeks ago. But it feels like it was 6 weeks ago, and I'm not sure if it was. But it's like, Rex has been in the store for you to buy for a little while, and they've not come out with a hard node. And my first experience with these marquee characters was, of course, where we were at the beginning of this account when I farmed the Cow Squad, when we farmed Tarful and Saw Gerrera and Marin and Seer and Cal. And they were the very first marquees that I got on this account, and so those were my very first. Those were the very first marquees I encountered in this game, and so it just feels like it's been longer between the. Wait a minute. Still not there? I thought we were there. Oh, cool. So what do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 4. Oh, Biggs isn't there. So Biggs isn't there yet. So we need one more dark side ship, and of course we need a light side, and we need to get Biggs up, and we need another dark side ship. It's rough. That's just it's Not a fun feeling. I could do this. I don't know if I can win it, though. Can we upgrade some characters at all? I can't. I can't even upgrade any of my ships. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, we need to get... So I don't want to hold on to this fleet energy. So let's go spend it on Sunfac. 1 Sunfac shard. Ooh. Come on. 3 Slave 1 shards. 3 Slave 1 shards. So, I don't know when I did it, but I got Slave 1 open. So we have Slave 1 open. And how soon is he going to be? It's going to take forever before he's 5-star. But we're going to start slowly leveling him. And so we can let our fleet currency to build up. And that's a plan. Because I know that I totally believe that, like I mentioned, we're low on gems, so we're not gonna refresh some of these that we normally refresh, but just because I want to get back up to, at least 1,000, maybe 1,100, before we dive back in and start using gems. In here, we're back on snips. If you weren't paying attention, we're still farming snips in here. In here, it's... Are we on in here? In here, we are on New Gunray. Because as we get the geos up, we're not going to wait for GBA. We're just going to go straight for Padme. We're just going to go straight for Padme when we have the opportunity. Is there anybody here? TIE Fighter? Yes, please. Any quicker than any fast speed, whatever that you can help me is great. And of course, Biggs. Yes, Biggs. Of course, Biggs. Biggs being there is huge for us. I wonder, I don't even know. I'm gonna check this. Is there somewhere where you can farm Bixie Pooh's Biggs' X-Wing? No. Just shipments, but it's one of the easier ships to acquire, which is good. Alright, so what do we have left? The only thing I think we have left is just to see if we can move anybody else up. By the way, we're at 464 collective power now. It's a good thing. What do we have money-wise? We're at 2.95, okay. Okay. We would take Biggs up, but we're not in a hurry. We don't need to take Biggs up like today. We don't need to take Biggs up. Whereas if we were roaming to B for TIE Pilot, we would probably bring TIE Pilot up. But we don't need to. What we're doing is we're just we're just trying to acquire gear so that as soon as we hit the next level, whenever we get there, we can be like, oh, yeah, I can take so-and-so up to the next level. And that's all we're trying to do right now. So we're going to grab 50 of these shards. And we need them, as you can tell, we need them for Veer's. We need them for 4 characters. So grabbing these is not going to be a bad thing. I don't have enough to purchase that one. Don't have enough to purchase that one, so we'll just leave it there. And you know, if I had more currency, I would do it. By the way, I need to check and see if we're doing a raid here in this guild. I feel like the answer is no. Yes, the answer is no. We are doing Territory War, so I should probably jump in and contribute a little bit to that. I wish this guild was as good as my other guild, but it's not. It's just not. It's my other guild. They are totally no nonsense. It's not like I have anything I can do anyway. If I jumped in, I would get worked versus these. I probably should have set my defense, but whatever. So I might end up winning, but I don't think I'm going to get anything unless they have something on their back walls that is way weaker than something I can handle. And so what should I be doing with this money? Probably just sitting on it. I don't think, I mean, we could bring Anakin up, we could bring Palpy up, we could bring Vader up, we could bring Snips up. We could bring a lot of characters up. There's just no reason to. And so I think I'm going to sit on the money for right now. And then what we'll do is we will check our squad thing here and use the rest of this energy to farm somebody that I haven't yet farmed. And that's going to either be JKA or Aiden. I already farmed Aiden, so it's not Aiden. Did I farm Grief? I farmed Grief, okay. Alright. So we did Wicket, we did Quill, we did Mando. So the only person that leaves is JK. Which isn't bad. Oh, well, it's lovely when you don't even get anything there. It's perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. Anyway, guys, I think that's all we got for today. You know, didn't think I was gonna. I didn't think we were gonna be here, but we're definitely not buying the hyperdrive bundle. Why? Because we're good. We don't need it. But yeah, I mean, we just. It was 25 minutes, but there's really nothing else. We're just seeing if we can pop Snips real quick, or really anybody to save us some a little farm, and acquire. Dude, I'm just gonna run through a few more of these, and then we'll call it for the day. But I do want to let you know, if you know, from that list, if you go and watch that Zareth video. It's Rex, it's Sabine, it's Seer, it's Marin, it's Moff Gideon, it's Malgus, it's Mace Windu, it's Sith Marauder, it's that's all I can think of, but I'm just curious, who would you pick amongst those two? And so once again, it's Captain Rex, it's Marin, it's Seer, it's Moff Gideon, and Sabine are the 5 that he talked about, and then the other 5 were Finn, the leader Finn of the Resistance, Malgus, Mace Windu, and Sith Marauder, and there was one more, and I cannot remember who it is for the life of me. But if you were going to farm one, who would it be and why? Simple question. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. This has been day 101 of our free-to-play journey. Be back tomorrow for day 2 because it's going to be special. Until then, make sure you hold the line because it's important. Until then, we'll see you. Have a good day. Bye.